So then if we fast forward a little bit, let's say to 5 years and before, there's a lot of audio signal processing reasons why it's hard to go from a bad audio signal to, a green screen equivalent.
To create real green screen, you need to cover a lot of details. And if they're not consistent, not concise, and if there's a discontinuity, if anything is going wrong, your ear will be able to hear that to a level that you can have a perfect signal. But even if you have some disturbance that is by a factor of 100 smaller than the rest of the signal, but it's in a certain frequency area where where your ear is not saturated, you will still hear it. What does it mean to perceive speech? So somebody is talking from some distance, from you, from a microphone, doesn't matter. So let's assume his speech is perfectly generated by his mouth, throat, etc. And then it goes through some propagation medium, which is air, bounces back off walls, floors, whatever. And already when the audio comes to, let's say, a microphone, it's already distorted in some way. On top of that, you have environment noise that is added to this. So you begin kind of masking some of these important features in the audio by overlaying that with environment noise. And then you have potentially microphone noise and some microphone effects and whatever. And then you also have the medium where the audio is transmitted. Does compression, does maybe some pre-processing in order for it to better fit the bandwidth pipeline. All of these kind of incur additional difference from the original signal. When you get to the point that you need to reconstruct the audio, so you can actually clean up quite nicely with, classical signal processing. You can just remove kind of the deteriorated components of the audio, whether that's frequencies, whether that's time instances. You can remove them, you can ignore them. But then your audio becomes very, narrow, shallow. And it's just missing a lot of components. Today, you can regenerate those components. For example, missing frequencies. For example, correcting for reverberations. For example, adding some dynamic range and dynamic depth of the frequencies range. So you actually mix the residual audio with a regenerated one, and the result is incredible.